The Hilltoppers opened a can of tail whooping on the Thundering Herd this past weekend. 3 plays in 44 seconds is all it took for WKU to take the lead and run the game's first touchdown, and as soon as Marshall got on the scoreboard, the Top said not today. Western Kentucky continued to lead 35-14 at halftime and coasted to a sweet 49-28 victory. Hey Marshall boys, since you're free this Saturday, maybe take your girlfriends on a date to LT Smith Stadium. WKU plays Southern Miss at 11 a.m. Speaking of this Saturday, Western Kentucky is hosting the biggest game to date here on the Hill. It's expected to be a sellout crowd at the Houch with the Tops in favor. Marshall beat Southern Miss 31-10 earlier this season, meaning WKU has its first chance to earn a top 25 ranking this Saturday. Skip Holtz, head man of La Tech, said Southern Miss was the dark horse in CUSA. If you're a Vegas bettor, WKU currently sits at a 7.5-point favorite. Although many trips to Florida are pleasant, the WKU men's basketball squad had quite the different experience. After making the trek down to Estero, Florida for the Gulf Coast Showcase, the Hilltoppers returned home over the break with a negative record in the tournament outing. The boys in white dropped their first game by 2 to Drake in overtime after a second-half drought, but rebounded in game number against Central Michigan, stomping the Chippewa by early 30 points. Leaving them to play Duquesne for 5th place in the tourney. Despite Justin Johnson's strong offensive effort after putting up 21 points, the Hilltoppers fell short, leaving them 1-2 in the tourney and just at 500 on the season. Now returning home from the Thanksgiving venture, the team hit the Diddle hardwood in just a few minutes as they play host to Eastern Kentucky. Tonight's matchup is the 155th meeting between the two teams, but it's just the first time since 2007. The Hilltoppers lead the in-state series 111-43, with the 111 wins being the most against any single opponent. Tonight's ball game will be the first out of a 4-year series. The Colonels are currently riding a 5-game win streak while also scoring over 90 points in their last 4 outings. The Hilltopper defense will be put to the test tonight. The game tips at 7 sharp. That's all the sports now I have for tonight. Be sure to tune into the Extra Point Thursday at 6 for more. We'll be back after break.